Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Riding Solo. I'm your host, Dion, and this channel is going to be focused on new riders and their experience and progress in learning how to ride, and also for any moto enthusiast that loves motorcycles. So with that being said, let's swing a leg over two wheels and go for a ride. Bellevue Motorsports for supplying me for today's bike. These guys are located in Bellevue, Washington, so if you guys are looking for a new Kawasaki Envy Augusta, make sure you guys give those guys a shout out. And they have really big inventory, so make sure you stop in and say hello. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, Riding Solo, and today we have the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja 500. This is the ABS model. It has the Nissan brakes on there. It also has a 110 top front and a 150 at the back. This is bone stock, and let's give you a quick overview of it, a little POV of it. Looks pretty good. It also has the new windscreen, as you can see. Kind of looks like a ADV windscreen, but it looks really good. So we're gonna do this first ride on this video today, let you guys know how it rides, who it's for, which is pretty much for beginners, you know, and also if you want to turn it into a track bike, you could do that as well. So let's give you guys a start up and see how it sounds with the stock exhaust. It has that new dash on there as well. Look how sick that looks, man. That looks like a race exhaust. All right, let's give y'all a start up. All right, there we go. Pretty quiet. Let's give it a little rev. Sounds pretty good when you give it a rev. All right, let's get this first ride started. Swing a leg over this thing, man. All right, I'm excited about this and a little weirded out about it because this was my first bike and I crashed it. So let's take it easy today on it. This bike has pretty much the only thing it has on it is ABS. It doesn't have like quick shifters and all that kind of stuff. All right, let me shut my visor. Make sure I'm recording. Yes, sir. And get this first ride started. All right. So right off the back, it's very comfortable. I kind of forget what that upright feeling's like, you know, but now I'm kind of getting back used to the riding position and the seat height. This bike's got 208 miles on it, so it hadn't reached a break-in period, so I'm pretty much gonna take it easy on it. Let me fix my mirrors so I can see what's behind me. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, got that one right. The clutch is a slipper clutch. The really easy clutch pull. It's pretty approachable bike, man. It goes through the gears really easy. Like I said, that new dash is pretty sick, man. They didn't have that dash when I had it in 2022. It was completely different. We're gonna try and get on the freeway, kind of see what it does, how it rides, the power. Let me adjust my mirror while we're at this light right here. Brakes are really good. Easing off the throttle is really good. Brakes are really good, man. All right, let's fix that mirror. Good there. Good, perfect. All right, so let's talk about some little specs on it. You know, I'm not a genius on everything, so I'm just gonna give you pretty much the basics. And with, like I said, with that slipper clutch, that's gonna really be really good for new riders, which is the predominantly people that are gonna be buying this bike. And this has to be the best selling beginner bike, because that's all I see on the road is Ninja 500, Ninja 400, Ninja 300. It's got that new TFT dash display, and you can also connect that to your smartphone through the Rideology app. And like I said, the front tire is a 110 and the back is a 150. You also have eco mode on here as well, so you have an eco mode indicator. You also have that gas gauge, and from the looks of it, it looks like it revs out to 11,000 RPMs. So that's really good. I see these bikes all over the place, man. These 500s, these 400s, man, it's really a popular bike. And this is the flagship Kawasaki beginner bike. You know, if you want to step up to the ZX4RR, that's a whole different level as far as just technology and, you know, rider age, you know. So the bike's really comfortable though. The seat height is 31 inches, so I have no problem flat footing this bike. I'm 5'10". I have a 32-inch seam, so it's very approachable, very light, very flickable. Yeah, this is bringing back memories right here, dude. Good and bad, I'm not gonna lie. But the clutch and throttle activation is pretty in sync, which is good. You know, some bikes could have the throttle and the clutch could seem kind of off. They're not pretty much in tune, but this flows really good. Let's put the signal on. We're gonna get on the freeway. Brakes are good. Brakes are awesome, actually. Let's get around these guys. I don't know if they... All right, here we go. Get on the freeway. And like I said, I'm not gonna push this bike. This is my bike, so I'm not gonna rip the corners and over the speed and rev the engine out, because like I said, it's a new bike. We're gonna get on it out the apex. Shifting's good. Yeah, shifting's very good. Like I said, I know a lot of people think this bike don't have enough for the freeway, but man, this bike, it has plenty of juice for the freeway, so you don't have to worry about that. You have no problem getting on the freeway, passing cars up. When I had this bike, I don't know how much it changed, but when I had this bike, it had a top speed of I went 115 on mine, so I'm pretty sure it's kind of the same thing as well. But this is a great bike. You have 51 horsepower. You have 31 pound-feet of torque, which is plenty for your everyday usage. That's all you need, man. Let's check and see if anything's behind me. We're good. Let's get over. I'm going 72 right now, flowing with highway traffic, no problem. So you guys that are interested in buying this bike, if you're worried about freeway riding, you don't have to worry about it, because that was one of my worries when I first bought this bike. Is it fast enough to get around traffic? Is it fast enough to do freeway riding? So it's definitely fast enough. You got plenty. It's light, very light. Man, it brings back memories. The brakes are amazing, flawless. It has pretty good bite. I know some bikes have, like, they don't catch until like 50% of the way, but these catch progressively braking, which makes it very easy. It's not too much bite. It's perfect as far as the braking goes.
So today we're in Seattle, Washington traffic, so this is to be expected around this time. It's around 5 o'clock, I think. So we're getting all the tests in today, buddy. But like I said, this bike is, I think it weighs 344 pounds, I think, with the ABS model. I think the non-ABS is 339 pounds. But the curb weight of this one's is like 376 pounds, I want to say. So a very light bike. That's with fluids and everything. So it's very flickable. Okay, I'm gonna have the X here. Let's give it a little gas. Pretty good pull, pretty good torque. Like I say, it has 31 pound-feet of torque, so that's plenty powerful. Plenty torque to get around traffic. Let's get over. I adjusted those mirrors pretty good, so I can see everything that's behind me. But yeah, man, this is. I'm gonna do a whole video about this. But they're breaking up there. I'm gonna do a whole video about what I think is the best beginner bike, because I have my opinion, and I know some other people have an opinion. But I'm gonna do a whole series and video about what I think is the best beginner bike. Let's get over here when we can. Tesla's getting over. Let's make sure he sees me. That stock exhaust sounds pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm gonna do a whole video about what I think is the best beginner bike, and I'm gonna try and do maybe like the top 5. Hopefully the dealers will work with me and let me review their bike. So I'm gonna keep it all in the same class and keep it fair. So stay tuned for that. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to Kawasaki Bellevue, because those guys have really good customer service, and they're the ones that lent me this bike today, so to review it. So I knew when I was learning how to ride, I pretty much went on YouTube and typed in the best beginner bikes, and there was a big huge list of them, and that was a long time ago. So a lot of things have changed. We have new manufacturers like CF Moto. A lot of people have updated their beginner bikes, so the competition is really stout right now, man. So we're gonna make our way back to the dealer. Leaned over real good. Man, this bike is very light, very agile. Let's get on the gas, shift it. Pretty good. I'll tell you what, it's weird shifting again, because I've used quick shifters for the last 3 years. So I was worried about if I was gonna be able to shift up, because the quick shift is a very premium option, so I got used to all those bells and whistles, man. So, but it's just like getting back on a horse, So, but this Ninja 500 is, man, this is Kawasaki's flagship beginner bike, next to the ZX4 RR. But, man, this bike is amazing. It's really good. I think the competition has its hands full with this 500, making the 451cc, from the parallel twin. It's called a 500, but it has 451 cc's, but from the parallel twin. But all those bikes kind of do that. They'll say it's, a 500 and it's less, obviously, but the competition, let's put it in neutral and then we'll talk to you guys while the light's red. So the competition, you have the Ninja 500, you have like the R3, obviously. I think maybe they need to like update that bike and make it turn into like an R4 or an R5 or something. You have the RC, the KTM RC390. You have the CF Moto 450 SS. Man, this category is really stacked with a lot of beginner bikes. So you guys will just have to, and then you also, which I think is going to be close, I'm going to see if I can get an Aprilia, RS 457, and see if I can compare it. But I don't even know if we have any dealers in Washington State from Aprilia. I think we might have one. So I'm gonna try and get the 450, the 457, the Aprilia. I think that's gonna be its top competition, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna try and work with all these dealers so I can kind of compare them and let you guys see what all your options are before you make your decision and buying your first bike or buying a track bike or whatever that purposes may be for you buying a lower CC bike. So, but yeah, that's all I have to say about this 2025 Kawasaki Ninja 500 ABS model. Thank you guys for watching my channel, Riding Solo. I'm your host, and see you in another video.